Picture this. It's 2 a.m. and you're lying in bed staring at the ceiling. Your mind is racing, replaying yesterday's worries, tomorrow's to-do list. You toss, you turn, but sleep just won't come. Or maybe you drift off, only to wake up at 3 a.m. wide awake, wondering why your body betrays you. Sound familiar? Let me tell you about Linda, a 62-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. For years, Linda loved her evening routine. A cup of decaf coffee, a cozy blanket, and her favorite book. But every night, sleep slipped through her fingers. She'd lie awake, her legs restless, her mind buzzing. By morning, she felt drained, like she was running on empty. "I thought this was just part of getting older," she told me. But then Linda discovered something simple, something in her kitchen, that changed everything. Within weeks, she was sleeping deeply, waking up refreshed, and feeling like a younger version of herself. If you're over 50 and struggling with restless nights, you're not alone. Today, I'm going to share 7 powerful foods and 3 simple habits that can help you sleep deeply every night, naturally, without pills or potions. These aren't just random tips. They're backed by science and real stories from people like Linda. You'll learn. First, how everyday foods like bananas and almonds can calm your body and mind. Second, the surprising drinks that might be stealing your sleep. And third, a 7-day plan to reset your sleep cycle for good. These are practical, natural solutions tailored for Americans over 50, designed to help you wake up feeling energized, clear-headed, and ready to embrace your day. But before we dive in, let me ask you, have you tried everything to sleep better? Counting sheep, melatonin supplements, even white noise machines, but still wake up tired? If that's you, stick with me. I'm not just here to share facts. I'm here to guide you through a journey to reclaim the restful nights you deserve. As someone who spent years studying sleep and health, I've seen how small changes, like swapping one evening drink or adding a handful of nuts, can transform lives. Let's start this journey together, shall we? First, let us explore why sleep gets harder after 50 and how your kitchen holds the key to unlocking better nights. Many of us think poor sleep is just part of aging, but here's the truth. Your body wants to sleep deeply. It just needs the right tools. With the right foods and habits, you can rediscover the kind of sleep that leaves you refreshed, focused, and full of life. Let me take you to a small town in Texas, where John, a 67-year-old retired veteran, starts his day. For years, John woke up feeling foggy, like his brain was stuck in slow motion. He'd forget where he parked his car, struggle to focus during his morning coffee chats at the local diner, and feel his energy dip by noon. "I just thought this was what aging felt like," he shared with me over a phone call. But then something clicked. John learned that his restless nights, those hours spent tossing or waking up at 3 a.m., were quietly robbing his health. By making small changes to his diet and evening routine, John transformed his mornings. Now he wakes up sharp, energized, and ready to tackle his day. His story isn't unique, and it's one we'll come back to. But first, let us unpack why deep sleep is so critical for Americans over 50, and why it's not just about feeling rested. Deep sleep, or what scientists call stage 3 and REM sleep, is the magic window where your body and brain hit the reset button. It's when your brain clears out the day's clutter, strengthening memories and sharpening focus. It's when your immune system rebuilds, your heart rests, and your cells repair. According to the National Sleep Foundation, adults who get enough deep sleep have a 30% lower risk of heart disease and a 25% lower chance of cognitive decline, like memory loss or even Alzheimer's. But here's the catch. After 50, your body's internal clock, your circadian rhythm, starts to shift. Melatonin, the hormone that signals time to sleep, drops naturally. Stress, medications, or even late-night screen time can make it worse. For many Americans, this means shorter, lighter sleep that leaves you groggy, irritable, and less resilient. Let's break it down. During deep sleep, your brain flushes out toxins linked to neurodegenerative diseases. Think of it like a nightly cleanup crew, sweeping away the gunk that builds up from daily stress. Without enough deep sleep, those toxins linger, increasing risks for conditions like dementia. Your heart also benefits. Deep sleep lowers blood pressure and gives your cardiovascular system a break. A study from the CDC found that older adults with poor sleep are 40% more likely to report chronic conditions like hypertension or diabetes. And then there's your mood. Ever notice how a bad night of sleep makes you snap at loved ones or feel overwhelmed by small tasks? Deep sleep restores emotional balance, helping you face life's challenges with clarity and calm. Back to John in Texas. At 67, he was no stranger to sleepless nights. He'd fall asleep fine, but wake up at 2 a.m., staring at the clock, his mind racing with worries about his health or finances. By morning, he felt like he'd run a marathon. His daughter noticed he was forgetting small things, like the name of their favorite diner or where he left his keys. John chalked it up to getting old, but his doctor had a different take. Poor sleep was starving his brain and body of the rest they needed. John started small, adding a handful of almonds to his evening routine and cutting out his nightly glass of wine. Within 2 weeks, he was sleeping through the night, waking up clearer, and even remembering the punchline to his favorite jokes at the diner. His blood pressure dropped, and his daughter noticed a spark in him she hadn't seen in years. John's story shows that deep sleep isn't just a luxury. It is a lifeline for your health and happiness. Here is where many Americans over 50 go wrong. We assume poor sleep is just part of aging, so we reach for quick fixes like sleeping pills. But here's the problem. Most over-the-counter sleep aids only knock you out. They don't promote deep, restorative sleep. In fact, studies show that long-term use of sleep medications can increase risks of falls, memory issues, and even dependency. Another mistake? Ignoring the connection between diet and sleep. That late-night ice cream or glass of wine might feel relaxing, but they can disrupt your body's ability to enter deep sleep, leaving you tossing and turning. Deep sleep is your body's secret weapon for staying sharp, healthy, and happy as you age. It's not about sleeping longer, it's about sleeping better. By understanding how your body changes after 50 and making small intentional tweaks to your diet and habits, you can unlock the kind of rest that makes you feel alive again. John's transformation didn't happen with a magic pill. It came from simple, natural choices anyone can make. So what if the key to better sleep is already sitting in your kitchen? In the next part, we'll dive into the first food that can help you relax and drift into deep sleep, starting with a humble fruit you probably have right now. Stay with me to discover how a banana can change your nights. Let's start with something you probably have in your kitchen right now. A banana. Yes, that simple, sunny fruit you grab for a quick snack might just be your ticket to deeper, more restful sleep. I know it sounds almost too easy, but stick with me, because the science behind bananas is pretty remarkable. And the story of one woman in California will show you just how powerful this humble fruit can be. By the end of this segment, you'll see why a banana before bed could be a game changer for your nights. Bananas are like nature's lullaby, packed with 3 key nutrients that work together to calm your body and mind: potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B6. Potassium acts like a gentle signal to your muscles, telling them to relax and let go of the day's tension. Magnesium does something similar for your nervous system, slowing down those racing thoughts that keep you awake. But the real star is vitamin B6. It helps your body convert tryptophan, an amino acid found in bananas, into serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitter that lifts your mood and sets the stage for relaxation. Later, that serotonin transforms into melatonin, the hormone that whispers to your brain, "It's time to sleep." A 2017 study published in the Journal of Sleep Research found that foods rich in B6, like bananas, can improve sleep quality by boosting melatonin production naturally. Unlike sleeping pills, which can leave you groggy, bananas work with your body's own systems, helping you drift off gently and wake up refreshed. But there's more. Bananas also contain resistant starch, especially in slightly greener ones. This special type of fiber feeds the good bacteria in your gut, which, believe it or not, plays a big role in sleep. Healthy gut bacteria produce compounds that support relaxation, and a 2020 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition linked better gut health to longer, deeper sleep cycles. For Americans over 50, whose digestive systems might not be as robust as they once were, this is a big deal. Let me tell you about Mary, a 58-year-old nurse from San Diego. For years, Mary struggled with restless leg syndrome, a frustrating condition that made her legs twitch and tingle at night, keeping her awake for hours. She tried everything, warm baths, stretching, even over-the-counter sleep aids, but nothing worked consistently. Then a colleague suggested she try eating a banana about an hour before bed. Mary was skeptical. How could a fruit fix her restless nights? But she gave it a shot. She started with one ripe banana, the kind with a few brown spots, every evening. Within a week, the twitching in her legs eased and she was falling asleep faster. After 2 weeks, she was sleeping through the night, waking up with energy she hadn't felt in years. "It's like my body remembered how to rest," she told me, her eyes lighting up. Mary even started blending her banana with a splash of oat milk for a soothing bedtime pudding, and the results got even better. Here's how you can harness the power of bananas. About an hour before bed, eat one medium-sized ripe banana. Look for those with a few brown spots, as they're sweeter and easier to digest. If you want to mix things up, try blending it with oat milk and a pinch of cinnamon for a warm, comforting pudding. Or pair it with a sprinkle of chia seeds for an extra gut health boost. If you prefer a slightly greener banana, that's great too. The resistant starch will give your gut bacteria a little extra love. For an even bigger impact, combine your banana with one of the foods we'll talk about later, like a handful of walnuts, to supercharge melatonin production. Now let's talk about what not to do. One common mistake is eating too many bananas. 2 or 3 at once can spike your blood sugar, giving you a burst of energy that keeps you awake. Stick to one. Another mistake? Eating your banana too close to bedtime. Your body needs about an hour to process those nutrients, so don't munch it right before you brush your teeth. And if you're pairing it with something, avoid sugary toppings like honey or chocolate syrup, which can counteract the calming effects. Unlike processed snacks, bananas are a whole food that works gently with your body, but you've got to give them the right timing. The beauty of bananas is that they are not a quick fix. They're a natural partner in helping your body rediscover its own rhythm. For Americans over 50, who often deal with stress, restless legs, or fading melatonin levels, this simple fruit can be a quiet hero. It's not about forcing sleep. It's about giving your body the tools it needs to relax naturally. Mary Uor's story shows us that sometimes the smallest changes, like adding one banana to your evening routine, can lead to the biggest rewards. If bananas can calm your body, what if another food could quiet your mind and tame stress? Up next, we will explore a crunchy little nut that's packed with nutrients to help you unwind and sleep deeply. Stay tuned to find out how almonds could be your new bedtime best friend. Imagine reaching for a handful of something crunchy, nutty, and delicious, something that feels like a treat, but secretly helps you sleep like a baby. That's where almonds come in. These little powerhouses aren't just a healthy snack. They're like a natural stress buster that can quiet your mind and guide you into deeper, more restorative sleep. For Americans over 50, who often wrestle with racing thoughts or restless nights, almonds might just be the bedtime companion you didn't know you needed. Let's dive into why almonds are so special, and I'll share a story about a woman in Florida who found peace in her nights thanks to this simple nut. Almonds are packed with nutrients that work like a soothing balm for your body and mind. First up is magnesium, often called nature's relaxation mineral. Magnesium calms your nervous system, slows your heart rate, and eases muscle tension, perfect for unwinding after a long day. A single ounce of almonds, about 23 nuts, delivers roughly 20% of your daily magnesium needs, according to the USDA. This is critical for older adults, as magnesium levels often dip with age, contributing to restless sleep. Then there's vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that fights chronic inflammation in your body. Inflammation, even at low levels, can disrupt deep sleep by keeping your brain in a subtle state of alert. A 2019 study in sleep medicine found that reducing inflammation through diet can improve sleep quality by up to 25% in older adults. But almonds don't stop there. They also contain healthy fats, monounsaturated fats to be exact, that help stabilize your blood sugar overnight. Have you ever woken up at 2 or 3 a.m. feeling oddly alert or even a little hungry? That could be a blood sugar dip, triggering a stress response in your body. Almonds' fats act like a steady fuel source, keeping your energy levels even until morning. Compared to other nuts like cashews or peanuts, almonds stand out for their higher magnesium and lower carbohydrate content, making them a better choice for sleep. Unlike processed snacks, which can spike your energy and crash it later, almonds work gently, supporting your body's natural rhythm. Let's meet Susan, a 60-year-old accountant from Miami, Florida. Susan's nights used to be a battleground. After a stressful day balancing numbers and deadlines, she'd lie in bed, her mind replaying every conversation, every worry. She'd wake up at 2 a.m., heart racing, unable to fall back asleep. "I felt trapped in my own head," she told me. Susan tried warm milk, meditation apps, even over-the-counter sleep aids, but nothing gave her the deep rest she craved. Then, at a book club meeting, a friend mentioned almonds as a bedtime snack. Skeptical but desperate, Susan started eating a small handful, about 15 almonds each night, an hour before bed. Within a week, she noticed her mind felt quieter, her body less tense. After 2 weeks, she was sleeping through the night, waking up with a clarity she hadn't felt in years. "It's like my brain finally learned to let go," she said, smiling. Susan even started blending her almonds into a warm homemade almond milk with a dash of cinnamon, turning her evening routine into a cozy ritual. Here's how to bring almonds into your nights. Aim for a small handful, about 15-20 almonds or roughly 20 grams, an hour before bed. You can eat them raw for a quick crunch or soak them in water for 4-6 hours to make them easier to digest. Soaking reduces anti-nutrients like phytates, which can block magnesium absorption in some people. Feeling creative? Blend soaked almonds with warm water and a pinch of cinnamon for a soothing almond milk drink. You can even toss a few almonds into a banana smoothie for a double dose of sleep-friendly nutrients. For the best results, pair almonds with a carbohydrate-rich food, like a slice of whole grain toast, to help transport tryptophan, a precursor to melatonin, across your blood-brain barrier. Let's talk about what not to do. One big mistake is grabbing salted or roasted almonds from the store. The extra sodium can cause water retention, making you feel bloated and disrupting sleep. Stick to raw or lightly toasted almonds without added salt or oil. Another error, eating almonds too close to bedtime. Your body needs about an hour to process the nutrients, so don't munch them right before you hit the pillow. And avoid pairing almonds with sugary treats, like chocolate-covered versions which can spike your blood sugar and keep you awake. Unlike sleep medications which can leave you foggy, almonds offer a gentle, natural way to ease into rest, but only if you use them wisely. Almonds teach us that small, intentional choices can have a big impact. For Americans over 50, who often carry the weight of stress or inflammation, a handful of almonds can be a quiet ally, helping your body and mind find peace. Susan Desi's story shows that you don't need a pharmacy to sleep better, just a little help from nature and a commitment to small changes. If almonds can tame your stress, what if something you're drinking every night is secretly stealing your sleep? Up next, we'll uncover the surprising culprits, like a common, healthy beverage that might be keeping you awake. Stay with me to find out what to avoid and what to sip instead. Picture this. It's 8 p.m., you're winding down with a cup of decaf coffee or maybe a small glass of wine, thinking it's the perfect way to relax. But then at 3 a.m., you're wide awake, staring at the clock, wondering why sleep feels so elusive. Sounds familiar, right? For many Americans over 50, the foods and drinks we turn to for comfort might actually be the culprits stealing our rest. Today, we're going to uncover the hidden sleep disruptors in your kitchen, things you might think are harmless, but could be keeping you from the deep, restorative sleep you deserve. Let S dive in with a story about a man in New York who discovered this the hard way. And I'll share simple swaps to help you sleep better tonight. Certain foods and drinks can sabotage your sleep by interfering with your body's natural rhythms. Let's start with decaf coffee. You might think it's caffeine-free, but most decaf still contains 3 to 10% of the original caffeine, according to the FDA, enough to keep sensitive people awake. Worse, some decaf processing methods use chemicals like ethyl acetate or methylene chloride, which can subtly disrupt neurotransmitters that regulate sleep. A 2021 study in sleep research found that even small amounts of caffeine can shorten deep sleep phases by 15% in older adults. Then there's alcohol. A glass of wine or beer might make you drowsy, but it's a trap. Alcohol disrupts REM sleep, the phase where your brain processes emotions and memories. The National Sleep Foundation reports that even one drink can reduce REM sleep by 20%, leaving you groggy despite a full night in bed. Spicy foods are another culprit. That late-night chili or hot sauce can cause indigestion or acid reflux, which is especially common in people over 50 as digestive systems slow down. A 2018 study in gastroenterology linked spicy meals to a 25% increase in nighttime awakenings. Sugary treats like ice cream or cookies are no better. They spike your blood sugar, triggering an energy surge that can jolt you awake at 2 a.m. Compared to sleep-friendly foods like bananas or almonds, these disruptors work against your body, keeping your nervous system on edge when it should be winding down. Let me tell you about Tom, a 55-year-old teacher from upstate New York. Tom had a nightly ritual, a cup of decaf coffee while watching the evening news, sometimes paired with a spicy taco from his favorite food truck. He thought these habits were harmless. Decaf was safe, and tacos were a fun treat. But every night, Tom woke up at 3 a.m., heart racing, stomach uneasy, unable to fall back asleep. "I felt like I was dragging through my days," he shared with me. His students noticed he was less patient, and his wife worried about his constant fatigue. At a wellness workshop, Tom learned that his decaf and spicy dinners were likely culprits. He swapped his coffee for chamomile tea and moved spicy meals to lunchtime. Within a week, he was sleeping through the night, waking up clearer and calmer. "It's like I got my life back," he said, grinning. Tom's story shows how small habits can make or break your sleep. Here's how to steer clear of these sleep thieves. First, ditch decaf coffee after 2 p.m. Yes, even decaf. Instead, try a soothing herbal tea like chamomile or peppermint, which we'll explore later. If you enjoy an evening drink, skip alcohol entirely. A warm glass of oat milk with a dash of cinnamon is a cozy, sleep-friendly alternative. For dinner, avoid spicy foods like hot wings or curry after 6 p.m. Save them for lunch when your digestive system is more active. And say no to sugary desserts like ice cream or chocolate after dinner. If you're craving something sweet, reach for a ripe banana or a few cherries. Timing matters too. Finish eating at least 2 hours before bed to give your body time to digest. These swaps are simple but powerful, setting the stage for deeper, uninterrupted sleep. One big mistake is assuming just a little won't hurt. Many Americans think a small glass of wine or a bite of spicy food is fine, but for people over 50, even small amounts can disrupt sleep. Another error is drinking decaf coffee because it's marketed as sleep safe. The caffeine and chemicals linger, tricking your brain into staying alert. And don't fall for the trap of eating sweets to relax. That sugar rush can keep you awake hours later. Unlike sleep aids, which mask the problem, avoiding these disruptors addresses the root cause, helping your body find its natural rhythm. Tom's experience teaches us that what we put in our bodies in the evening matters just as much as what we do during the day. For Americans over 50, whose bodies are more sensitive to caffeine, alcohol, or digestion challenges, steering clear of these hidden disruptors is like clearing the path for restful sleep. It is not about deprivation. It is about choosing wisely to give your body the peace it craves. Now that you know what to avoid, what if a couple of vibrant fruits could reset your sleep clock and make you wake up feeling refreshed? Up next, we'll explore how cherries and kiwi can work together to boost your sleep naturally. Stay with me to discover their surprising powers. Imagine popping a few bright red cherries or slicing into a vibrant kiwi before bed, not just for their sweet, tangy flavor, but because they're quietly working to reset your sleep clock. For Americans over 50, whose nights are often interrupted by stress or shifting rhythms, these two fruits are like nature's sleep superheroes. Cherries and kiwi don't just taste good. They're repacked with nutrients that boost melatonin and serotonin, helping you drift into deep, restorative sleep. Let me share a story about a woman in Seattle who discovered their magic, and I'll show you how to make these fruits your bedtime allies. Cherries and kiwi are a dynamic duo for sleep, each bringing unique powers to the table. Let's start with cherries, specifically tart cherries like Montmorency. They're one of the few natural sources of melatonin, the hormone your brain releases to signal bedtime. As we age, melatonin production drops. By age 50, It's often half what it was in our 20s. According to the National Institutes of Health, eating cherries can give your body a direct dose of melatonin, helping regulate your sleep-wake cycle. A 2018 study in the American Journal of Therapeutics found that tart cherry juice increased sleep time by 84 minutes in older adults with insomnia. Cherries also contain anthocyanins, antioxidants that reduce inflammation in the brain, which can otherwise keep you stuck in light, restless sleep. Kiwi, on the other hand, is a serotonin superstar. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter that promotes calm and happiness, and it's a precursor to melatonin. One medium kiwi delivers about 50% of your daily vitamin C, plus vitamin E and fiber, all of which fight oxidative stress, a sneaky factor that can cloud your mind and disrupt sleep. A 2011 study from New Zealand SGS University of Otago showed that eating 2 kiwis an hour before bed improved sleep onset by 13% and total sleep time by 15% in adults over 50. The fiber in kiwi also supports gut health, which is linked to better sleep regulation. Compared to other fruits like pineapple or mango, cherries and kiwi stand out for their direct impact on sleep hormones, making them ideal for older adults battling restless nights. Let's meet Emma, a 63-year-old librarian from Seattle. Emma loved her job, but the changing seasons always threw her sleep off track. As winter brought shorter days, she'd lie awake, her mind buzzing with thoughts about her grandkids or library budgets. She'd wake up stiff, foggy, and frustrated, feeling like her body was working against her. "I thought it was just the weather," she told me. Then, at a farmer's market, a vendor suggested she try tart cherries and kiwi as a bedtime snack. Emma started eating 10 fresh cherries and 1 kiwi an hour before bed, sometimes blending them into a smoothie with oat milk. Within a few days, she was falling asleep faster. After 2 weeks, she was sleeping through the night, waking up with a clear head and a spring in her step. "It's like these fruits hit the reset button on my sleep," she said, her voice full of wonder. Emma's story shows how small natural choices can make a big difference. Here's how to bring these fruits into your evening routine. For cherries, aim for 10-15 fresh or frozen tart cherries about an hour before bed. Avoid dried cherries, which often have added sugar that can spike your energy. If fresh cherries aren't available, look for unsweetened tart cherry juice and drink a small glass, about 4 ounces. For kiwi, eat 1 or 2 medium kiwis, ideally with the skin on for extra fiber. Just give them a gentle scrub to remove the fuzz. You can slice them up as a light snack or blend them with cherries and oat milk for a creamy, sleep-friendly smoothie. For a power combo, pair a kiwi with a banana to boost both serotonin and melatonin production. Timing is key. Eat these fruits about an hour before bed to let their nutrients work their magic. One common mistake is choosing the wrong type of cherries. Sweet cherries are tasty, but they have less melatonin than tart varieties. Stick to tart cherries or unsweetened juice to get the full sleep benefits. Another error is eating kiwis or cherries too close to bedtime. Your body needs time to process the nutrients, so don't snack right before you brush your teeth. And avoid canned or sugary versions, like cherry pie filling or kiwi-flavored yogurt, which can cause blood sugar spikes that disrupt sleep. Unlike melatonin supplements, which can sometimes cause grogginess, these fruits offer a gentle, natural boost without side effects, if you use them right. Cherries and kiwi remind us that nature often has the simplest solutions to our biggest challenges. For Americans over 50 whose sleep cycles can feel out of sync, these fruits are like a gentle nudge back to balance. Emma Ellis' transformation shows that you don't need fancy pills or gadgets. Just a few bites of the right foods at the right time can help you wake up feeling refreshed and ready for the day. If cherries and kiwi can reset your sleep clock, what if a surprising fermented food could calm your body from the inside out? Up next, we'll explore how sauerkraut and oatmeal can work together to stabilize your nights and keep you sleeping soundly. Stay tuned to uncover their unexpected powers. Picture yourself enjoying a warm, comforting bowl of oatmeal or a tangy spoonful of sauerkraut as part of your evening routine. These two foods might seem like an unlikely pair, but for Americans over 50, they're a powerful duo for calming your body and stabilizing your sleep. Sauerkraut and oatmeal work from the inside out, supporting your gut health and keeping your blood sugar steady through the night. They're not just foods. They're like a gentle hug for your nervous system, helping you drift into deep, uninterrupted sleep. Let's explore why this combination is so effective. And I'll share a story about a man in Chicago who found peace in his nights thanks to these humble staples. Sauerkraut and oatmeal each bring unique benefits to your sleep, starting with their impact on your gut and blood sugar. Sauerkraut, a fermented food made from cabbage, is packed with probiotics, good bacteria that support a healthy gut microbiome. Your gut plays a surprising role in sleep. It produces neurotransmitters like serotonin, which later converts to melatonin, the sleep hormone. A 2020 study in Frontiers in Microbiology found that a balanced gut microbiome can improve sleep quality by up to 20% in older adults. Sauerkraut also contains vitamin C, which helps lower cortisol, the stress hormone that can keep you awake. For people over 50 whose digestive systems may be less efficient, this gut boost is a game changer. Oatmeal, meanwhile, is a master at stabilizing blood sugar. Its complex carbohydrates release glucose slowly, preventing the sudden drops that can jolt you awake at 3 a.m. Ever woken up in the middle of the night feeling restless or even a bit hungry? That's often a blood sugar dip triggering a stress response. Oatmeal's magnesium and zinc also play a role. Magnesium calms your heart rate and muscles, while zinc supports melatonin production. A 2019 study in Nutrients showed that regular oat consumption increased deep sleep stages by 15% in adults over 50. Compared to refined grains like white bread, oatmeal's slow-digesting carbs and nutrient density make it a superior choice for nighttime. Together, sauerkraut and oatmeal create a foundation for restful sleep by nurturing your gut and steadying your energy. Let me tell you about Robert, a 59-year-old mechanic from Chicago. Robert's evenings used to end with discomfort, bloating from heavy dinners and restless nights that left him tossing and turning. He'd wake up at 2 a.m., stomach uneasy, mind racing, feeling like he never truly rested. "I thought it was just my age," he told me, shaking his head. His wife noticed he was grumpier, less focused at work. Then, at a community health fair, a nutritionist suggested adding sauerkraut and oatmeal to his evening routine. Robert started with a small serving, 2 tablespoons of homemade sauerkraut with a bowl of oatmeal cooked in almond milk, sprinkled with cinnamon. Within a week, his bloating eased, and he was sleeping through the night. After a month, he woke up feeling lighter, sharper, and more like himself. "It's like my body found its rhythm again," he said, smiling. Robert's story shows how these simple foods can transform your nights. Here's how to bring these foods into your evening. For sauerkraut, aim for 2 to 3 tablespoons of raw, unpasteurized sauerkraut, store-bought or homemade, about 2 hours before bed. Pair it with a complex carbohydrate like oatmeal or brown rice to aid digestion. You can make your own sauerkraut by thinly slicing cabbage, massaging it with sea salt, and letting it ferment in a glass jar for a week. For oatmeal, cook half a cup of rolled oats with almond or oat milk, and add a pinch of cinnamon or a few walnuts for extra sleep benefits. Eat this at least 2 hours before bed to avoid digestive discomfort. For a lighter option, blend a teaspoon of ground oats into a banana smoothie. Timing is crucial. Eating too close to bedtime can slow digestion, so give your body time to process. One big mistake is pairing sauerkraut with heavy proteins like red meat or high histamine foods like wine, which can cause bloating or even insomnia in sensitive people. Stick to light plant-based pairings. Another error is choosing pasteurized sauerkraut. The heat kills the probiotics, wiping out the gut benefits. For oatmeal, avoid instant oats or sugary toppings like maple syrup, which can spike blood sugar and disrupt sleep. And don't eat either too late. Eating right before bed can lead to indigestion, especially for those over 50. Unlike sleep aids, which can mask digestive issues, these foods support your body's natural processes, but only if you use them wisely. Sauerkraut and oatmeal show us that nurturing your body from the inside out can lead to better sleep. For Americans over 50, who often face digestive challenges or blood sugar fluctuations, these foods are like a steady anchor, keeping your nights calm and restful. Robert's transformation reminds us that small, thoughtful choices can have a profound impact on how we feel each morning. If sauerkraut and oatmeal can stabilize your body, what if a simple tea and a few bedtime habits could create the perfect environment for sleep? Up next, we'll explore how chamomile and a soothing evening routine can transform your nights. Stay with me to discover how to make bedtime your favorite time of day. Imagine winding down your evening with a warm cup of chamomile tea, the soft glow of a bedside lamp, and a few minutes of calm breathing, feeling your body and mind gently ease into rest. For Americans over 50, who often face restless nights due to stress or a racing mind, chamomile tea paired with simple pre-bed rituals can transform bedtime into your favorite time of day. This isn't just about sipping tea, it is about creating a soothing environment that signals to your body, it's time to let go. Let me share a story about a woman in Colorado who rediscovered restful sleep through this gentle combination, and I'll show you how to craft your own bedtime ritual for deeper, more restorative nights. Chamomile tea is like a warm hug from nature, thanks to a compound called apigenin. Apigenin binds to receptors in your brain, promoting relaxation and reducing anxiety, key barriers to deep sleep. A 2016 study in phytomedicine found that chamomile extract improved sleep quality by 20% in older adults with mild insomnia, without the grogginess of sleep medications. Chamomile also has anti-inflammatory properties, which help calm the nervous system, especially for those over 50 who may deal with chronic stress or inflammation. Unlike caffeinated teas like green or black tea, chamomile is naturally caffeine-free, making it a perfect evening choice. Pre-bed rituals amplify chamomile's effects by preparing your mind and body for rest. As we age, our circadian rhythm, the internal clock that regulates sleep, becomes less reliable. Things like late-night screen time, bright lights, or stress can further disrupt melatonin production. Simple habits like dimming lights, practicing deep breathing, or a short meditation signal to your brain that it's time to wind down. A 2019 study in Sleep Medicine Reviews showed that consistent pre-bed routines can increase deep sleep by up to 15% by reducing cortisol and enhancing melatonin. These rituals are especially powerful for older adults, whose bodies are more sensitive to environmental cues. Compared to sleeping pills, which can disrupt natural sleep cycles, chamomile and rituals work with your body's own systems to create a calm, restful state. Let me tell you about Diane, a 64-year-old retiree from Denver, Colorado. Diane loved her evenings gardening or reading, but her nights were a struggle. Stress from family responsibilities kept her mind racing, and she'd lie awake, worrying about her kids or finances. Even when she fell asleep, she'd wake up at 4 a.m., feeling tense and unrested. "I was exhausted but couldn't switch off," she told me. A friend suggested chamomile tea and a simple bedtime routine. Diane started brewing a cup of chamomile tea, made from dried flowers, not tea bags, each night paired with 5 minutes of deep breathing in a dimly lit room. She turned off her phone an hour before bed and lit a small candle to create a cozy atmosphere. Within a week, she was falling asleep faster. After a month, she was sleeping through the night, waking up refreshed and calm. "It's like I gave my brain permission to rest," she said, her voice warm with relief. Diane's story shows how small changes can make bedtime a sanctuary. Here's how to create your own sleep-friendly ritual. For chamomile tea, use 1-2 teaspoons of dried chamomile flowers, available at health food stores or online, and steep them in hot, but not boiling water for 8 to 10 minutes. Add a touch of honey or a sprig of fresh mint for flavor, but skip sugary additives. Drink it about an hour before bed to let apigenin work its magic. To build a pre-bed ritual, start by dimming lights or using a warm-toned lamp to mimic sunset, which boosts melatonin. Spend 5 to 10 minutes on a calming activity. Try deep breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6, a short meditation app, or journaling to offload worries. Keep your bedroom cool. Around 65-degree Fahrenheit is ideal, per the National Sleep Foundation, and avoid screens, as their blue light can suppress melatonin by up to 30%. Pair your tea with a light snack like a few almonds to enhance relaxation. These steps create a soothing routine that tells your body it's time to rest. One common mistake is using chamomile tea bags, which often contain less apigenin than dried flowers, reducing effectiveness. Another error is brewing with boiling water, which can destroy delicate compounds. Use water just below boiling, around 190 degrees. For rituals, a big mistake is checking your phone or watching TV right before bed. Even 10 minutes of screen time can disrupt your sleep cycle, and don't rush your routine. Skipping deep breathing or journaling because you were too busy defeats the purpose. Unlike sleep aids, which can cause dependency, chamomile and rituals are gentle, sustainable ways to improve sleep, but consistency is key. Diane's journey teaches us that creating the right environment for sleep is just as important as what we eat or drink. For Americans over 50, whose minds and bodies are sensitive to stress and overstimulation, a cup of chamomile and a thoughtful pre-bed ritual can be a lifeline to restful nights. It's about giving yourself permission to slow down and let go, turning bedtime into a moment of calm and care. Now that you've got the tools to create a sleep sanctuary, what if a simple plan could tie all these foods and habits together for better nights? Up next, we'll share a 7-day roadmap to transform your sleep and a powerful call to action to start tonight. Stay with me to bring it all together. We've journeyed through 7 powerful foods and 3 simple habits to help you sleep deeply. From bananas calming your muscles to chamomile soothing your mind. Now, imagine waking up each morning feeling refreshed, your mind clear, your body energized, like a younger version of yourself. For Americans over 50, this isn't a dream. It is within reach with a simple plan to tie it all together. Today I'm giving you a 7-day roadmap to transform your nights, inspired by real people like Linda, John and Diane, whose stories we've shared. Let's wrap up with a clear, actionable plan and a heartfelt call to start tonight. This plan combines the foods and habits we've discussed into a practical, easy-to-follow routine. Day 1. Start with a banana and a cup of chamomile tea an hour before bed, paired with 5 minutes of deep breathing in a dimly lit room. Day 2. Try a handful of almonds, about 15, with a slice of whole grain toast, and skip any decaf coffee or wine after 2 p.m. Day 3. Enjoy 10 tart cherries and 1 kiwi, blended into a smoothie with oat milk, and turn off screens an hour before bed. Day 4. Add 2 tablespoons of sauerkraut to a small bowl of oatmeal with cinnamon, eaten 2 hours before sleep. Day 5. Repeat the chamomile tea and deep breathing, but add a short journal session to offload worries. Day 6. Combine almonds and a kiwi, and keep your bedroom cool at around 65 degrees. Day 7. Reflect on your sleep. Note how you feel each morning. Most people, like Robert from Chicago, notice they're falling asleep faster and waking up sharper by day 4. This plan isn't about perfection. It's about small, consistent steps to reset your sleep cycle naturally. Remember Linda, the retired teacher from Ohio we met at the start? She was waking up at 3 a.m. exhausted and frustrated. Linda followed a plan like this one, starting with bananas and chamomile tea, then adding almonds and pre-bed rituals. By day 7, she was sleeping 7 hours straight, feeling like she'd reclaimed her mornings. "I wake up smiling now," she told me, her voice full of joy. Linda's story shows that these small changes, rooted in science and real-world results, can make a big difference for anyone over 50. One mistake is expecting instant results. Sleep patterns take a few days to shift, so don't give up if day 1 feels the same. Another error is skipping parts of the plan, like keeping your phone on or eating sugary snacks. These disruptors can derail your progress. Unlike pills which mask symptoms, this plan works with your body's natural rhythms, but patience and consistency are key. The biggest lesson from Linda and thousands like her is that better sleep starts with trusting in small, natural choices. You don't need a pharmacy or a miracle cure. Just the foods in your kitchen and a few mindful habits can unlock the restful nights you deserve. So, here's my challenge. Start your 7-day sleep plan tonight. Pick one food, maybe a banana or chamomile tea, and one habit like dimming the lights. Subscribe to this channel for more science-backed tips to keep you sleeping soundly. In the comments below, tell me, which food or habit are you trying first? Share this video with a friend who's struggling with sleep. They'll thank you. Let's make tonight the start of better mornings together.